Hi everyone, thanks for watching and tuning in today's episode. So here I have Mr. Leon Reynard Howell, who is a US Army veteran. And today I'm just going to be asking him some questions about his Army career. And first off, thank you so much, Mr. Howell, for joining us today. So the first question that I wanted to ask is, where are you from and when were you born?
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I was born February 1st, 1950.
And do you have a favorite childhood memory that you would like to share?
No, no favorite childhood memory.
Share with us how your career began in the Army. So you were drafted, what month and year were you drafted?
I was drafted October 13, 1972. 2 years and was going to get out but couldn't find no job. So I re-enlisted and stayed in. Once I stayed in, I became an officer. And I retired after spending 22 years and 11 months and 17 days.
And so when you were drafted, was there like a physical that happened, or like what state did you go to right when you were drafted? Because you were in Florida.
I was in Florida and I got drafted in June, but we wasn't due to leave until October. And they sent us from Florida to Kentucky. And there was a busload of us. I got drafted and was sent there. And that's where I did my basic training. I was at Fort Knox, Kentucky.
And would you like to share, say, just two of your favorite lessons or your greatest lessons that you learned in the Army?
Yes, I can share that. My favorite lesson I learned in the Army was patience. We had an old military saying, hurry up and wait. So I learned patience. And secondly, I learned how to stay focused. How to stay focused. Because in the military, you be doing so much until, if you don't stay focused, you will lose, you will forget something. So those are the two most important things, patience and focus.
Thank you. And aside from the benefits of being able to travel and VA benefits, what did you also love most about being in the Army?
The most I loved in the military was the togetherness. We was always a group, we was always a team. We look out for each other, we did things for each other. We worked together for the common good of humanity. And you don't get that in civilian. In fact, it took a while for me to adjust, but I did. And working together, we can get 3 or 4 people in the morning, say we got to paint this house, and all 3 or 4 of us get together and paint the house and be done with it. So the togetherness is definitely one big thing I miss.
And what was your reason for retiring after all those years that you served?
Well, like you just indicated, all those years.
Yeah.
And it was, it had started changing. The military changed like everything else. It started changing, and after 20 years of it going one way, then changing to another way, it was time for me to get out. I left my mother back in Jacksonville, Florida. I was at Augusta, Georgia when I decided to retire. I left my mother back in Jacksonville, Florida, so I decided to come back to Jacksonville. But keep in mind now, before I retired from the military, I tried to find a job in Augusta, Georgia, or the surrounding areas. I couldn't find one. So that triggered to me. Couldn't find no job. Do I stay in some more years or do I get out? But I wasn't getting any younger. So I told myself it was time for me to get out so I can try to venture into another career or see what was out there for me.
So after you retired, was it difficult to adjust to civilian life?
After doing those 22 years, it was extremely hard adjusting to civilian life. Extremely. There was no respect. You go to the shopping centers, people walking in the middle of the driveway you be driving at, and they didn't respect the time difference. There was no respect, very little. Adjustment took a while. Young boys, young women couldn't find no jobs and go in the military. I don't want to go in the military. So it was extremely difficult, extremely.
What advice would you give to an individual going into the Army now, from civilian life to being a soldier?
Advice I can give is to be prepared. They will take care of you, but you must take care of yourself. And if you graduate from high school and don't know what you're going to do for the next year or two, join the military. Be there for 3 or 4 years. You get a trade, take up some classes, learn discipline, get recognized. You come out knowing more than what you did when you went in. Physical fit. And most of all, you will be able to have some type of justification when you do your resume when you get out.
Next question is, what do you believe it meant to be a soldier back in 1972 versus where we are right now in the 21st century?
In 72, military was recognized. We was considered the savior of the nation. We served, we was recognized by all different cultures, all different races. Now in this century now, there's no draft. If you go in, you volunteer, there's still animosity among the different services. But it's there for you to make the best of it. You go there, you make the best of it for yourself and for the units and for the other military people. And you come out good. Just gotta stay focused.
Are you familiar with the term mental health?
Yes.
So with some soldiers who come out of the Army with PTSD, or some soldiers who come out of any branch of the military service, what do you believe can help them alleviate certain stressors or triggers aside from vices? Vices being food, sex, drugs, alcohol, constant medication. What do you believe can help them alleviate those stressors and triggers?
You have to believe in yourself. It's not easy to forget things that happen when you have no control over it. Without the medication and the therapy, in any given case, just have to be strong and pray diligently and accept the situation as something that took place. And the reason you may never know, but everything happened for a reason. And be strong. Be thankful it wasn't any worse. And don't put down yourself for doing what you had to do as your job and as your career. It's not easy. It's not easy. But you must stay strong and once again, stay focused and have faith and pray and be thankful.
Following question is, how can a military family stay strong and grounded when a soldier is gone for long amounts of time, especially during, certain milestones that may happen within the family or during constant moving, like relocation?
Well, one thing about the military, that's part of it. In many cases, military has the divorce rates. Every person cannot deal with the movement, the up and relocate, missing out on your child's birthday or holidays. But that's a job that you volunteer for when you came into the military. That's part of it. And after the third or fourth year, depends on how long you staying in for the first time, you may say, I can't do this. I want my family, so you get out. Or you join the reserves. But that's part of it. Part of being in the military. Deployment, circumstances, leaving your family. Many times the family spouse that be at home be the one that end up raising the family. But that's part of it.
And would you do it all over again if you had the chance?
Yes.
And final question is, do you have a favorite military movie or a show? I thought that would be a fun one.
A favorite military movie, a favorite show. Well, one of the favorite movies that I do enjoy, there's a couple. Gomer Pyle.
Oh yeah.
I definitely enjoy looking at that, and McHale's Navy.
I never heard of that one. McHale's?
I think that's how you pronounce McHale's Navy. I enjoyed that one. That was about the only two that I can think of. Yeah, those two I can look at consistently.
Alright. And also, a spoiler alert is that Mr. Leon Reynard Howell is also my dad. So thank you, Dad, for doing this interview. This is my first interview that I've ever, done via camera and like this. But yeah, that was fun. He just woke up from a nap, so I'll let you go back to your nap.
Thank you, sweetheart. You did good.
Thank you. We did good.
Okay.
All right. But thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. You can say bye, Dad.
Airborne.
All right. Bye.
I also wanted to add that after my dad retired from the military, like he said, it was very difficult for him to find a job. So he started off as a janitor at USPS and he worked his way up to maintenance operations supervisor. By utilizing his master's degree in operations management, he retired after working with them for over 20 years. I really wanted to showcase and just to share my appreciation for not only his generation of military personnel, but for all military veterans who put their life on the line to serve their country. My dad, some of his friends, and some uncles on my father's side who are all older than 75 years old and who are currently alive and well as I'm creating this video are all veterans. So this video does really go out to them, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Mahalo nui noa, and for tuning into today's video here on Pretty Privilege. I'm Tenamane. Y'all take care.